On Sunday, we have nothing. On Monday, we have nothing special except that it is the Spring Bank holiday in UK and the Memorial Day in USA. And then we have the Kiwi trade balance, so major higher time frames. Now, the final GDP quarter-over-quarter for Europe, no, I will not consider it as an important one because it's already known, in fact. But the trade balance for the Kiwi, yes, major higher time frames. And that's it for Monday. On Tuesday, I will monitor the yen core CPI year over year. Then we have the Swiss trade balance, major higher time frames. Okay. I will monitor the German GfK consumer climate. Then we have the pound nationwide HPI month-over-month major. Yep. Then we have the US dollar CB consumer confidence major higher time frames. Then we have cash carry speaking, Polos speaking also. So okay. First of all, cash carry, yeah. Due to participate in a virtual panel discussion. Let's forget. And then Polos, due to testify along with Senior Deputy Governor Caroline Wilkins before the Senate Committee of National Finance. So this is something to monitor, indeed, but simply monitor because the Bank of Canada has already made its announcement last week. So there would be no necessarily new informations. Okay. Then we have, where are we? I will monitor for the Kiwi the Reserve Bank of New Zealand Financial Stability Report. Yep. And that is for Tuesday. On Wednesday, let's see what is the content of the speech by Christine. Due to speak about the ECB response to the coronavirus at the European Youth event. No, let's forget, not important at all.
So something I've noticed is that all the prime ministers, because there's no presidents, but prime ministers that are females, everybody or people in power that are female, they address them by their first name mostly. Ah. And if it's a guy, they get their last name. So here in New Zealand, we've had Helen and Jacinda being the boss, and Christine. Yeah, it's just, sorry, just an aside.
Yeah.
Whereas we don't say Donald.
I will monitor also the Swiss. No, sorry, it is the Credit Suisse economic calculator. No, I will monitor the ECB financial stability review.
However, we do say Boris.
Okay. Yeah, it depends. I will monitor the US dollar beige book.
Okay.
I will monitor the Kiwi ANZ business confidence. And that's it for Wednesday. So no real important news on Wednesday. On Thursday, so we have the Euro-German preliminary CPI month-over-month, major higher time frames. Monitor the 30-year bond auction on the pound. Then we have the CAD current account, major higher time frames. Okay. We have the US dollar preliminary GDP quarter-over-quarter, major higher time frames. Yep. Then we have the US dollar core durable goods order month-over-month, major, not higher time frames, so simply okay. Major. And similarly for the durable goods orders month-over-month. And I will still continue to monitor the unemployment claims just to see how this will evolve. And then we have the US dollar preliminary GDP price index quarter-over-quarter, major higher time frames. Then monitor the natural gas storage and crude oil inventories. And then we have William speaking.
Let's scroll.
Due to participate in a virtual discussion at the Stony Brook University College of Business. No, let's forget, not important at all.
Where did you go?
Lecture. Yeah, where are we? Higher. Okay, no, don't move. Then I will monitor the yen Tokyo Core CPI year over year. Simply monitor. I will monitor also the unemployment rate in Japan. And then that's all for Thursday. And on Friday, so I will monitor the yen consumer confidence. Then let's see, I will monitor the Swiss COF economic barometer.
Yep.
Then we have the euro and free money supply year over year major higher time frames. Then I will monitor also the euro CPI flash estimate year over year and the core CPI flash estimate year over year. Then monitor the euro Italian 10-year bond auction.
Yep.
Then we have the CAD GDP month over month major higher time frames.
Yep.
Then we have, no, you can ignore the IPPI.
Yeah.
Then we will have, let's see, the US dollar Chicago PMI major. Then let's see the speech by Powell.
Okay, this will jump.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Due to participate in a virtual panel discussion at the Princeton University, no, let's forget.
Okay.
And then, manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing PMI for China to monitor, both.
Yep. Okay, so the reason we go through this is to, not all the news is important that's listed here is important. Not all the unimportant ones are unimportant. So Eusebio's gone through and picked out the ones that we have to watch out for. We marked them with major and H4, meaning small time frames or higher time frames from the H4 upwards. And anything marked with this, don't place any orders 1 hour prior and get out of them within half an hour. Unless you've got lots of scale-ins, in which case you can just prune off some of the scale-ins so that you can sell through with your profits and your account protected. But if you don't have that many scale-ins in it, then the idea is to protect your account. What happens when there's a major news that comes out and there's a spike on it, like there's an unexpected result, then the market can jump around quite a bit. And for instance, the euro can affect any other pair, even though the euro is not in it. So the euro, the US dollar, and the yen can do that. The pound could on some occasions, it's kind of halfway, but the smaller pairs, like for instance, the CAD, the Kiwi, the Aussie, the Swiss, if there's major news coming out on those, then just pay attention to them for those pairs that have got those actual currencies in them, or for the Kiwi, New Zealand, they were kind of cousins. So if news is coming up on one of them, then watch out for the other. But for all the other pairs, you don't need to worry too much about, say, for instance, major news coming up on the CAD is unlikely to impact the euro dollar or the pound yen or the Aussie Kiwi or something like that. But still, so you don't have to completely close down your stuff. Just be aware that it's coming up. Okay, if you have any questions or if you think we've made a mistake here, let us know. I managed to cover up the notes. Oh, Dan. Okay, catch you later, Dan. Thank you. And okay. Okay, so if you think we've made a mistake or you've got a question about stuff, please ask, because we do make mistakes. Well, I don't, but Eusebio does, and we can correct them. And yeah.
Of course, of course. Yeah. And every day when you trade, check the calendar to see if some additional news have been added, because this sometimes happens. So.
Yep, and sometimes the times change as well. So they might have, excuse me, preliminary CPI might get bumped to Friday, or it's unlikely it's brought forward, but yeah, generally they can push times out at times. So just check it each day to make sure you got the right things sorted out. Okay, the other piece that we do with this, so that's the news to be aware of, and that'll be going up on the website while Eusebio's talking. The other thing that we do is figure out what are the best pairs to trade. So out of the 28 majors, we list them by their average daily dollar amount, not their pips, but their dollars, because some of the pips are more expensive than others. For instance, the Euro CAD, no, that's not working. The pound CAD moved 140 pips for a range of nearly $1,000, but the pound Swiss only moved 104, about a third less for the same dollar range, or even slightly larger. So we sort them by the dollars, and best to least movers. The ranges are getting tighter again. So as you can see, in early 2019, they were around about what they are now, $1,300. Then they tightened right up during the Brexit schmozzle, and then they started to widen up a bit. Got really good, but started to look good up until February. Then there was the COVID crash, when they widened up to what they used to be about 3 or 4 years ago, and now they're beginning to tighten again. So what that means is that the ranges aren't that large. There's not that much opportunity for scale-ins, not as much, but they're still there. However, you have to be a lot more careful these days because the price moves such a small amount. You have to be really on your toes to get into trades and get out of them. So out of the 28 pairs that we've got, we have these top 10s here. Last week, Eusebio, you dropped the US CAD.
Yes.
Not too sure why.
Yeah.
Still dropping it?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, so why are you dropping it?
Because with the 9 first pairs, we have dollar range above 850. So that's enough.
Okay, the range used to be above 750, so you've changed it.
Yeah, we can change it depending on the circumstances. So.
Okay. And do we keep, because in the past, well, at the beginning of the year, when the things were moving so quickly over here, prices were really spiky, super volatile. And so we said, well, because these ones here, the bottom 10, are moving not quite so, they're moving nicely, but not with such ferocity as the top ones. These ones are easier to trade, even though you may not make as much, to be less stressful. Do we still keep this lot going, Eusebio?
Yes, of course, and you can include in that second list the US dollar card.
Okay, so down to the euro dollar?
Down or even to the, let's see, the Kiwi dollar, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just pull these up and come over here. So here's that list, and I'll just put these ones down here. Take out the US dollar. So on the website, there will be the top movers for the week, and then there will be, hey, here's a backup lot if you want to have a less stressful trading environment for some pairs to actually monitor. And what Eusebio is going to go through today is pick out the, instead of monitoring 10 pairs per day, we'll go through and pick out the news, match it up with the pairs so that you get in a better range of pairs to look at each day. So, Eusebio, on Sunday we've got nothing, and on Monday we have the Kiwi. Even that's late, so not really anything on Monday.
No, nothing on Monday. So the first pair we will consider will be the pound yen.
Missed that one up, didn't I? Yep.
Then we will consider the euro Kiwi or the euro Aussie.
Yep.
and then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
And we do not cover the 3 sessions, so you can add the pound US dollar in order to cover the 3 sessions. But Monday is probably not a day to trade due to the 2 main countries, so UK and USA on bank holiday.
Okay. So on Tuesday we have the Kiwi.
The Kiwi, yeah, okay.
And the Swiss.
The Swiss, okay.
Possibly the pound.
The pound, so pound, 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 okay.
The US dollar.
The US dollar, okay.
And that's it.
And that's it. So the first pair will be the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
Then we will have the pound US dollar or pound Swiss. Pound US dollar or pound Swiss.
Yep.
And then we can take the pound yen.
Okay.
And we cover the 3 sessions. Yes.
Yep. And here's an example of one of the reasons why you should check the Forex Factory website each day, because we're not sure if the pound news is coming up for the nationwide on the 26th. So it could bump it to another day. Generally they do, but just keep an eye on it. And they'll also supply a time when they've bumped the day as well. Okay, so for leftovers from Tuesday, and we only look at the major items here. So there's no leftovers on Tuesday.
Okay.
And there's nothing on Wednesday.
So the choice will be exactly the same as Monday.
Done. And leftovers on Wednesday are nothing. And on Thursday, we have the euro.
The euro, so euro, okay.
CAD.
The CAD, okay.
And the US dollar.
And the US dollar, okay. So the first pair will be the euro CAD.
Unusual one, okay, yep.
Then we will have the euro Kiwi or euro Aussie.
Yep.
And then we will have the pound US dollar or pound CAD. Pound US dollar or pound CAD. And we cover the 3 sessions, yeah.
Yep. And leftovers from Thursday are nothing. And on Friday, we have the euro.
The euro, okay.
And the CAD.
And the CAD, so CAD and CAD. That's it? Okay.
That's it.
So we will have the euro CAD as the first pair.
Yep.
Then the euro Kiwi or euro Aussie.
Yep.
And then we can take the pound CAD or pound yen. And we cover the 3 sessions.
Okay, so how this one works is these are the main pairs to be watching each day, and these 2 lines here. And if nothing really is moving or tickles your fancy, then you can drop down to the 3rd line. So there's really no hierarchy between these ones up here. Yep, they pretty much have equal importance. But the 3rd one is the makeups. Okay, and I think that's it, Eusebius.